What a week it has been, and we are down to the quarterfinals. It is a soccer festival here. All 7 fields full of action. The fans are having a ball. And now it is time for our final quarterfinal match of the night. Yeah, see that young fan? He's fired up. He is loving it. Hope Solo's team, Solo FC, taking on Ultrain FC. And this is your women's bracket presented by RBC Wealth Management. The U.S. women have advanced on a gorgeous goal by Carly Lloyd. They will take on Reunion City Dallas tomorrow. In extra time, target score time, Bumpy Pitch and FC and Austin Rise FC still in action. And that leads us to our matchup, Solo FC with Ultrain FC. Hi everyone, I'm Elise Wood. We're joined by Sari Rose, and boy, we have been treated to some phenomenal action here in this week at TST. We are down to the final quarterfinal match, sending them into the final 4, either Solo FC or Ultrain FC. But what has really stood out to you about the quality of talent that's been here this week?
Well, I think we've seen just tremendous individual efforts, technical ability, cheekiness, but then also really fantastic game plans that have been executed so well by these teams. It's a really elevated level of play this year.
I'll tell you, it's no surprise who the soccer.com player to watch is for Solo FC. It is that woman right there, one of the best to ever lace them up. Hope Solo, the dominant keeper that she is, and she looks every bit like she's still in her prime, Sari.
And let's be honest, this isn't just a kudos to her because she's Hope Solo. The reality is she made 9 saves last night versus Canada Street Ball Soccer for them to advance. She took a shot to the face and still finished the match and was phenomenal, both with her shot stopping, her organization, and her ability to play with her feet. Tremendous effort by Hope Solo Stevens last night.
Ultrain FC, a major challenge on their hands, but Macy Teeter, 3 goals in the tournament. What does she bring to this squad?
Well, she is just such a versatile playmaker and extremely competitive. Her team went down early in the first game, and she scored a brace to bring them back. And then in the second game versus KC2, she won the coveted Adidas Golden Fleece. So one to watch tonight on the ball.
Who is going to punch their ticket into the semifinals? The final 4 on the line, along with $1 million coming up next.
The soccer tournament is presented by RBC Wealth Management, the official wealth management partner of TST.
So glad to have you with us. It is the TST Under the Lights, and these are the rules for this tournament. It is 7v7, 20-minute halves. There are no offsides, so you can get behind the defense all you want, but you cannot obstruct the keeper. No throw-ins, everything initiated with a kick. And it is intense. And speaking of intense, there is Hope Solo. You mentioned it, Sari. She took a cleat to the face yesterday, was bleeding, and did not leave the pitch, stayed in for her team's win to advance here to the quarterfinals, and there she is in between the pipes. And I tell you, she put on an impressive outing yesterday in the win for Solo FC. And it was really cool. Right before this match started, she ran all the way across to her family, gave her twins a kiss, little boy and a little girl who've never seen mom play before. She's been retired for almost 10 years. So her kids able to see their mom out on the pitch, where she's arguably the best keeper in U.S. history. And this was the moment with her kids.
And there have been so many moms on the pitch this week, and just a testament to the grit of these women athletes, female athletes, just proving that they can do it all.
I think it's incredible. We just saw Carly Lloyd, who had a baby less than a year ago, score the winning goal for the U.S. women to punch their ticket to the Final Four. But all these women, really impressive to get out here. How much just inspiration it gives to all the moms out there to get back out there and play the games you love. So if you are just joining us, Solo FC in the all whites and Ultrain FC in the forest green jerseys. Ultrain FC with an unreal comeback in game one of the tournament. They were down 4-0 versus Wrexham, only to come back and win in target score time.
And they are a team that likes to press, and we can see the adjustment by Solo FC. Solo FC now playing with 3 in the back, a 3-1-2, because they've scouted and know that Ultrain loves to press.
Chip shot behind the defense. Ooh, that was set up nicely.
Love that. Vasquez looking to get end line, trying to play it back to Collins, number 4. That was number 26. Sorry, Jaden Edwards. That was playing it back to number 4, Katie Shea Collins. Collins, tremendous for Solo FC.
Katie Collins, you mentioned her, could not control that one. Puts her hands to her head. I love her intensity. She's a youngster, 19 years old, plays at South Carolina, will just be a sophomore in the fall for the Gamecocks, but she is fired up all the time out on the pitch. The takeaway here, Kayla Dunn has it.
And Ultrain is a well-coached team. They really like to press. They've got a number of threats up top who just love to dribble, including number 12, Ashley Henderson. She's just gone off of the pitch, but you're going to see an extremely intense effort by this squad, and green it's being matched by Solo FC as well.
Quick action here to start. Ball still in play.
Great.
So Lizzie Beaumont sends it up from Stanford.
She was the hero of the match last night, winning the Adidas Golden Fleece in that 2-1 victory over Streetball Canada. She had a blast, huh? Absolute stinger.
I mean, that's one of the goals of the tournament for Beaumont. Stanford Cardinal. I mean, it was a laser from distance. It was almost at midfield when she let it go, and it was perfect right inside the pipe.
Just a foul there on Ultrain as 16 Marissa Vasquez got into play there.
This is a festival here. Lots of action going on. You can hear some of the cheers and the claps right now. It's target score time right next door to find out between Bumpy Pitch and Austin FC who is going to move, and it's down to 2v2. So we will keep you updated on that score, but that's what you're hearing in the background right now. Our eyes all trained on Solo FC and their matchup with Ultrain FC. Hope Solo put her squad together with players from all over the globe. She's got Jamaica, Morocco, Serbia, Panama, Brazil, and of course the United States all represented on this roster. And they did not come together until they got here to carry North Carolina. It's like, hey, I'm going to introduce myself, and now you're my teammate. Let's go win $1 million.
They had 3 practices prior to the start of this event, and Hope said that she wanted to bring together a group of players to give them the opportunity and highlight all of these tremendous players from around the world. We asked if she was excited about hearing her name chanted again coming out of retirement, and her assistant coach, Amy Griffin, a longtime legend at UW and with the U.S. Deaf National Team, said she was more excited hearing everybody chanting Lizzie's name, and just that's the type of character that Hope brings.
Passing the torch to the next generation of footballers.
Good effort here by the defense of Solo FC, really looking to double. They've scouted this Ultrain team. They know how dangerous these players are off of the dribble, and getting support defensively, making sure they're not isolated.
So right next door, bumpy pitch, finally able to score in target score time, 2v2. That's the loud cheer you heard. So bumpy pitch joining the U.S. women and Dallas Reunion in the Final Four. So one last game here between Ultrain FC and Solo FC to make it to the semifinals and a chance to earn that $1 million. So far in this early feel-out period from both sides, trying to get the styles and where the openings are. Anything jump out to you?
Well, once again, we're seeing Ultrain really trying to take players on and haven't really allowed Solo FC to have much of the possession. This is really the slowest the match has been in these opening 7 minutes. It's been frenetic back and forth. And I think that's where Solo FC is really trying to figure out. They're playing in a different formation, figuring out those switches, seeing if they can't get possession.
Nice little flip there, the footwork.
And that's Edwards, who rotates from up top into the midfield at times, number 26 on white.
Again, Solo FC in the white jerseys, Ultrain FC in the green.
And Lindsay Boma just a little too much on that, didn't get over it. But a good look there at number 7, the Stanford University grad.
Also plays with San Diego Surf. You mentioned it, the Golden Fleece winner with a rocket shot yesterday to ensure that Solo FC was going to be playing here in the Elite Eight.
And it's just a ton of pressure by Ultrain. So Solo FC really needs to get support. Can they make sure that they have outlets when that pressure comes?
So Kanya Plummer in the back along with Kayla Dunn. That is Plummer right there. Number 5 in white, 27-year-old Jamaican national team member. Solo FC, remember, no throw-ins, everything initiated with a kick. Veronica Perez onto the pitch now, number 17 in white.
And she was tremendous last year for Denise Schulte-Brown's Tampa Bay Sun team. Remember, we were talking about Kene Kessler playing in that Queens League in Mexico, and Veronica Perez also plays there, so came out of retirement twice, thought TST last year was going to be maybe her final event, and now has been playing sevens down in Mexico. And really looks fitter than I thought she was last year, and that was incredible.
So he Miles with a takeaway and tries from distance, but no reason. The keeper for Ultrain FC gets her hands on that. Another one of the players that has laced it up for North Carolina. She also played at Clemson and spent time with the U.S. Youth National Team. So a quality keeper, no reason for Ultrain FC. And what a thrill it has to be for her to look down the field and see Hope Solo on the other side. Collins. Give it a go. Her body language. It's made me laugh all week long. Just watch her here and her reaction when she gets too much on it.
And I love how mentally she focuses herself, right? We've seen a number of times where when she makes a mistake, she's got her arms moving, getting her head back in the game. When she scored last night, I think she jumped 6 feet in the air. For a little player, I was absolutely impressed with her flying into the air and doing the Ronaldo while she was doing it.
She's got a great burst of speed. She's 5'3", but plays very big. Marissa Vasquez, number 16 in white. In that midfield spot for Solo FC. On the ball, Ashley Henderson, number 12 in green. Henderson from the Memphis Tigers. Ultrain FC will spread everything out and be deliberate here with possession. That pass scoots out of play. Solo FC will try to put something together. Very few shots on frame so far. It really has been a ball between the two boxes.
And Ultrain came out super aggressive, but they've actually struggled to score early in matches. First game, as you said, they went down, didn't get on the board until the second, almost TST time.
They orchestrated the largest comeback in this tournament's history on the women's side, down by 4 goals. And they managed to come back and win 5-4. 5 straight in target score time to win. I mean, you talk about turning the teeter-totter from one side to the other. They were as low as you could get and then just flipped it. But
and I like what you did there with Teeter, since it was Teeter who scored the first 2 goals to get them back into that game. But they were down against KC2 as well. Didn't get on the board until the 15th minute. So tons of energy, but really need to be more clinical in the final third, putting away those chances. Maggie Cagle on the ball, another tremendous young player for this Solo FC. Her mom, Kelly Walbart Cagle, was my assistant coach at Wake Forest. She's a Hall of Famer at Duke in her own right, and her daughter following in her footsteps.
The pressure there, see her forcing the speed up from Reason, the keeper, and the takeaway for Solo FC. So Cagle using her legs, flying around, hustling to get possession. Far post and plucked out of the air from Nona Reason.
Reason's going to just try and settle this team down as Solo FC is starting to get more on the ball.
For Henderson, she's got it. Over on the left flank, a couple of defenders in the area. She'll play it back.
You're seeing just that tenacity and focus by the Solo FC defense, as we mentioned, constantly getting pressure on the ball and cover.
There's a run, broken up, cleared out. So Hope Solo will have it with the goal kick. Well, you can visit soccer.com, the official store of the soccer tournament, for all kinds of great gear, jerseys, shirts, some wonderful stuff. Get yourself your own fleece, although it's not the golden one. That is reserved only for those that pop in the game winner. Carly Lloyd from the U.S. Women getting the golden fleece in the game preceding this one to ensure the U.S. women heading into the Final Four tomorrow.
And now Ultrain really trying to play mostly a mid-low block on this field. Once again, there's no really middle third, but allowing Solo FC to have time at half, knocking the ball around.
The one-timer ends up into the stands here in Cary, North Carolina.
And that's the second time that Boma's just put it over the top of the bar, trying to see if she can't repeat last night's zinger.
I mean, it never came more than about 5 feet, maybe 4 feet off the ground. And I don't know when it would have landed. It just was an absolute line drive into the side netting for a beautiful game winner. Speaking of the golden fleece that Lizzie Boma got. Here's a shot of Hope Solo. It's been fantastic to see her back in action. She lives down here in North Carolina with her husband Jeremy Stevens and their 2 kids.
And you can see her just organizing that back line, constantly barking out orders to her players. And that's one of the things that comes with experience, right? The greatest goalkeepers, they may lose a little in athleticism as they age, but they see the game so well and they can orchestrate and prevent those goal-scoring opportunities. They don't have to make the save because they prevent the shot from even happening.
All of that is 100% true, but boy, she sure did save. 9 saves yesterday. She looked just so quick. It was fun. She hasn't had many chances here today, which I'm sure she appreciates. Her defense is keeping it away from her, right? But boy, she was tested yesterday, and it was great to watch in person.
Well, I love when we were talking with Coach Simmons in preparation for their quarterfinal match, and the Canada Street Ball coach said, hey, I thought they were protecting her. We were so wrong. She made every save. She was good with her feet. We thought we might be able to sneak some chances in, and she came up time and time again.
202 caps with Team USA for Hope Solo. She said this is just an opportunity to get out there and compete again. And I think there was some adrenaline in it and some nerves to get back out here. You were a former keeper. There's nothing like the pressure of being a goalkeeper. If your team gets scored on, you get scored on personally. And you know that she's taken that personally for her entire career, but she doesn't want to go out here and fail. You know that with the competitive person that Hope is.
Well, and she has such a laser focus. When you look at her sometimes, you said just afraid to see her staring at you because she is so locked in. But what I loved about last night was after the game, she took a shot. You know, she had been pushed to the ground, but the Canadian Street Ball FC players were sort of lined up, like wanting to take pictures and autographs, and she stayed late. The trainers were trying to look at her, but she stayed, took pictures, signed autographs, and you know, they were just so appreciative of the fact that she was giving them time even after such a tense and physical match.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to carry that. You talk about a golden fleece. You're going to carry around and have anybody ask you about it. The time I got to score on Hope Solo, I mean, that is the goal of every player out here that's faced off against Hope Solo, or Solo FC, excuse me, to get a chance to put that feather in your cap.
Well, and talk about how amazing TST is. It brings together the veteran players, and then it provides these opportunities for these young college players. Remember, the college players may bring the fitness and the enthusiasm, but the veterans are what brings the crowd. And so, players like Heyo and Hope, they don't necessarily have to play for themselves, but them showing up is so much to keep this event going and to give opportunities for the young players.
A thumbs up from Ashley Gogolin. It is scoreless here in Cary, North Carolina. Quarterfinal action. Somebody will be heading to the Final Four to complete the bracket. We'll find out. Second half action coming up. We are at halftime, scoreless between Ultrain FC and Solo FC. And really a match that was played mostly around midfield. Not a lot of chances. And here's today first half stats brought to you by RBC Wealth Management. No shots for Ultrain. They were just sitting back. They did make one save. What jumps out to you about those tallies?
Well, I think for one thing, we're seeing that Solo FC has to be a little more patient with their shots. We saw a number of them going high and wide, and so they want to be more clinical in that final third. Likewise, Ultrain had possession of the ball, but they really were not effective getting the ball into the box. Solo FC did an unbelievable job defensively of providing pressure on the ball and that cover. They were not allowing their players to have to go 1v1 defensively.
This Solo FC squad, very good defensively, pitching a shutout in the first half, but who's going to find a score? That's what they want to know. Who's going to score tonight? It's scoreless at half. We'll be back for second half action next.
Today's broadcast is presented by Coca-Cola, the official fan refreshment of TST.
Well, this is how it ended with bumpy pitch 2v2 against Austin Rise, and finally the winner by Shay Harvey. Boy, that took a lot of work to get that result, Terry.
Well, such an exciting end to that match. Brilliant effort by the keeper early on, but just could not hang on to it. And it's Shay Harvey from Taylor Suarez to get bumpy pitch into the semifinals. Bumpy pitch scored the most goals of any team in group play. 15 goals with only 9 against.
That was an aggressive look right off the bat to start the second half. No reason getting tested, but passes that test. So one slot remaining in the Final Four, and it will be either Solo FC or Ultrain FC. Solo FC in the white kits. Just couldn't quite get underneath that one cleanly, and so the shot sails. But already we've seen some much more back and forth action here to start the second half.
And they have made a keeper change for Solo FC. She's put in the young Wake Forest goalkeeper, which we are happy to see in the match, Valentina Amaral, who led Wake Forest to their first appearance in the NCAA Championship this year, right on this pitch here. As we mentioned, Cary is Soccer City. And a good look at the Demon Deacon there.
I think the collection of keepers, obviously anytime Hope Solo says, hey, the shot right there tipped over the top by Reason. A quality look. When Hope Solo calls you up and says, hey, would you like to come play on the same team as me, and I can
train
you, give you some mentoring and teach you the position and how to play, I think just about everybody would raise their hand. And so Hope Solo in this tournament has played the first half, and then other players have played. They have another really good keeper in Yeneth Bailey, who has played out of Panama. She was a part of that Panama squad that beat the U.S. national team, and she was a huge reason why. And Hope Solo has talked about her skill level and just how she deserves a shot to play at a high level. And part of this tournament is exposure, making sure that you are seen, and there's so many soccer heads down here in Cary, North Carolina this week. Coaches, players, fans, scouts. It's been a really fun week so far, and we got a lot more to be determined over Sunday and Monday, and of course tonight in this matchup.
Just a little too much on that by Amaral.
So Ultrain FC try to build. Leanne Robe couldn't catch up to that pass, so Solo FC will have it. And the reason Ultrain FC, the name comes from the fact it was founded in Los Angeles in 2020, and it is a soccer team management app. And said it's more than that. There's over 1 million users across 170 countries. And the team's motto for Ultrain FC is creating opportunities for aspiring players and encouraging them to never give up. And they have assembled a really solid unit here in their inaugural TST tournament on the women's side.
A little miscommunication there by number 16 Vasquez and the young forward number 8 Zoe Miles for Solo FC.
So the substitutes are free in this tournament. You just have to wait for the player you're replacing to exit the field, and then you can go on. So in terms of matchups and who you are checking, it certainly makes it challenging. It's much different than 11v11.
With those substitutions, these players are constantly rotating what side of the field they're on. So if you're on the right side of the pitch and you've got a sub off on the left, that left player is going to shift over to the right, so there's not those gaps on the field. So it's tons of movement in this 7-a-side game, constantly shifting positions. And then once again, your outside backs are really getting into the attack and just going on both sides of the ball.
What's fun about this TST format is that your defenders are really forced to handle the ball a lot. Really, it seems as if they're handling the ball much more than the forwards do. They are controlling the tempo and distributing, and you see the keeper really more involved than you see most times in 11v11. So every player has got to be versatile. This is great for developing younger players and the totality of the skills necessary.
When we were talking with the Austin Rise coach, and he was saying how his center back, when he saw her as a young player, she dribbled too much, and then when she went to college, they kind of lessened how much she dribbled, and so she was hoping he would see her dribbling more now, because it is so important for those backs to try and penetrate into the attack, draw defenders in, open up seams for the ball to get played through. Having a goalkeeper who's good with your feet like Hope Solo also allows teams to almost have an extra player on the pitch. And as we see, when we get to fewer numbers in that target score time, adjustments are made to put a goalkeeper who either is very skilled with their feet or a field player who can hop in on goal.
Defensive battle so far in this one. Certainly Solo FC has had more high quality chances. Maybe one here on the turnover. Allison Vilaz has it on the right side, centers it. Henderson, a one-timer. That was a good look.
What a great quick turn by the Memphis Tiger, Henderson. This is going to be a good ball in from Vilaz, and she's just going to turn that and rip that with her left.
Oh, that came off of her foot in a hurry. So Ultrain FC, the possession now. Gabby Bjork, the defender from Clemson, number 27 in green, has the ball at her foot right now. And the takeaway. And way too much on that one. As Kayla Dunn out of Brown University and USC has to smile. Her eyes got big. There was some green grass ahead of her, but that one nowhere close.
Well, what a beautiful defensive read to step, but like you said, she looked up and was like, ooh, I can shoot. Kia McNeil at Brown has done a tremendous job in the Ivy Leagues with that team.
The pressure applied. And Valentina Morale able to get rid of it. Teeter asking for clarification. St. Louis, Missouri product. She was talking about that tremendous comeback they had in game one of this tournament when they were down 4 goals, had been shut out for the entire game, and then came back to win 5-4. And she said, we believed the whole time. We've been training, we've been watching film, and we just wanted to take advantage of the ball. She made some great plays in that target score time. And that is what another fun part of this tournament is, that you're never out with target score time. Teams can't just sit back and sit on the ball and take the air, but they have to score to win.
We've seen quick goals. She had a brace of 2 minutes of target score time. Darren Ambrose at Vanderbilt's got to be happy to have her on his squad as they look to get back to the NCAAs this year. They went to the 3rd round last year.
Katie Collins from close range, getting down quickly to cover it up, no reason.
Just a great cut inside. She's so dangerous with both her right and her left foot, and just couldn't quite get the English on that she wanted. I think she was trying to bend that far post, but didn't quite get around it like she liked.
You mentioned it, those low driving shots in traffic. It's tough for the keepers to get down, and it's a rebound opportunity if nothing else. And we've seen a lot of balls that have been spilled and then pounced on for goals. Not in this one, as we are knotted at 0. Here's Collins again. All sorts of green shirts swallow up that opportunity. Solo FC pouncing on that quickly as you see the collision on the left. Play on, no whistle on that one.
And we're seeing some more movement from this Solo FC squad up top. I thought during their first game they were absolutely tremendous versus the Speedy Turtles. Tons of rotations up top.
Katie Collins is certainly using her speed to disrupt. Number 4 in white for Solo FC has been flying around. Her coach, Malia Arendt, for Solo FC out of the University of Washington, and now with Salmon Bay FC. She said that Collins really crafty, nasty on the ball, and is a big-time scorer, and we have seen that this week.
And that's the 2nd time that Valentina, the goalkeeper for Solo FC, has tried to play a nice long ball into Collins, wasn't able to find her, and now Ultrain in transition.
Ooh, dangerous play there. Defender sticking her foot out while inside the 18. That was Sene Bedegone out of Morocco. Some space here. Chasing down Collins and Allison Velaz.
And she started with a push in the back from Velaz, and Velaz actually follows her and then gets the hip check in, trying to throw her arms up, but a hard play there. And it looks like number 16 for Solo FC, Marissa Vasquez, is going to be on this ball. You've got 2 other players in the box for Solo FC, now 3.
A low driver blocked. Rebound attempt also put away. Nice hustle back to track that down from Kanya Plummer, and it's right back to Collins. Oh, and she mistimed that one. Too tall for Collins, and that one scoots out of play.
That was a fortuitous bounce for Ultrain because Gabby Beer had gone to the ground and skipped past Collins.
Anderson going direct, but Bendegagne there heads it out of harm's way, and the defense is set for Solo FC. Collins sails over the top. A lot of shots in this game have been well over the crossbar. You'd imagine that They're trying to adjust to get those low liners in because it goes out of play. There's nothing good. That one was deflected, so the corner kick set up for Ultrain FC.
And it's retraining your brain to shoot lower than you normally might shoot.
The crossbar 6.5 feet in TST compared to 8 feet in 11v11, so a significant difference, and it is not as wide as well, so a smaller frame to work on. 5 minutes left here in the second half. Still looking for the first goal. Scores have not been easy against these two good defensive sides.
Ultrain really doing a good job of using the entire width of the pitch.
Right there is a good attempt. Somehow that stays in play. That was a good save. Valentina Morale having to go down, deflects it off the post, and it stays in.
Just a terrific, quick shot there by Ultrain. You can see Valentina Morale flying through the air, and a good look there at Leanne Robe, who took that. One of the few international players on this Ultrain FC squad.
Attempt blocked away. Now coming away with it is Nano Oroños. She's got it. Tries to go on and instead blocked away by Morale. You can feel the intensity pushing up.
You see just a nice reaction save there. And then barking out those orders, get up, get pressure.
Really nice job coming in for Hope Solo, and she's been peppered here recently. So 3 minutes to go until target score time. That ball's still in. Thought that one had gone off the touchline, but no whistle. And now finally a very late whistle. I don't know if we didn't hear it. The players certainly didn't hear it. But we all thought that that had rolled out of play. So nothing hurt. It never hits, but 2 feet out of bounds. Takeaway for Solo FC. 2 minutes to go until target score time. Boma working on 2 defenders, keeps it in. And a nice defensive play on the takeaway from Kelsey Keown. Oh boy. 2 players tumbling all the way over into the fan area.
That was a great job by number 18 for Solo FC, Kayla Dunn, going against a very tenacious Ashley Henderson, and they get tossed into the wall there, but kudos to this Solo FC defense. They've been extremely organized, working together, really denying Ultrain the ability to counterattack or be dangerous on the dribble.
Both teams putting up a fantastic defensive performance. Still looking for our first tally. Minute left here in the second half before we go to target score time. And then it will be the first one to get one to head to the Final Four. A little nutmeg there, but Solo FC has it. Collins gets stripped by a couple of defenders, and now the quick counter. This is Vilas out on the right, working on the defensive Boma. And Boma comes up with the clearance. Oh, this one barely kept in bounds. Nice play. Elaz again. Boma now takes it to the middle. Toe punches it. And Solo FC has it. 10 seconds to go here in the second half. Collins dangerous with it on her foot. Crosses it. And just can't connect. That was Kanya Plummer. And she just couldn't quite catch up to that one. So we are still scoreless through 40 minutes of action here at the soccer tournament. And target score time coming up. Who's going to get one?
The soccer tournament is presented by Adidas, the official fanwear and performance footwear partner of TST.
Ooh, we've got football under the lights with a shot at the Final Four on the line and the $1 million prize. They can almost taste it. It is scoreless here between Solo FC and Ultrain FC. Hope Solo played as the goalkeeper in the first half and then gave way to Valentina Amaral in the second half. We'll see who comes out for target score time. And the rules for target score time, it's the leading team plus 1 goal. So in a scoreless tie, whoever gets the first tally is heading to the Final Four. Every 3 minutes, a player from each side will be removed until you get down to 2v2. And there's all kinds of strategy and fun things involved now with target score time. And the Golden Fleece also up for grabs. Whoever scores the game-winning goal is awarded the Golden Fleece from Adidas and a lifetime entry into TST and the basketball tournament as well, which is awesome. And it's just, I want to talk about, the young kids call it drip. You show up with the Golden Fleece, you're cool automatically.
Well, and I love how it builds excitement. I was looking at, we were preparing for the 6 teams we were going to have tonight, and there was not a single team out of those 6 that had a multiple Golden Fleece winner. There's so many different goal scorers in this event, and we've seen such a variety of goals. It's been so exciting. And it does appear that Hope Solo is back in goal for target score time for this Solo FC squad.
And you know that the challenge to score a goal has been really difficult here in this game. You put Hope Solo back in there and it just got even more difficult. One of the best keepers has played for the last, just count the years. And she was back there. Hope Solo, 43 years old, a Team USA goalkeeper from 2000 to 2016.
And given the number of UNC players that are in this tournament, I'd like to give a shout out to our man Chris Paul from Wake Forest, who's a supporter of this team in the crowd there on Cabana Row, taking in the game.
Yeah, I love that. Talk about the legends and other people around. He's one of them in the basketball side of things, and nice that he's out here taking in the other football here in America, football on the pitch.
We've seen a bit of a transition from last year. Last year, I think teams were coming out and they were trying to get on the board as early as they could. This year, we've seen a lot more patience, at least in the women's bracket, where there's not a rush to score and target score time.
Nice move and Solo. Quick twitch to get her left hand on that attempt and send it out, but a corner kick coming. Boy, she still has those cat-like reflexes. So the set piece. When you have a chance at a corner kick, you play it back. It's really not very aggressive. I'm surprised that Ultrain FC wouldn't try to challenge Hope off the corner. All that traffic in front, it's a tough play for a keeper. Kenkefa and Nani FC coming up right here after the conclusion of this Solo FC, Ultrain FC matchup. Nani scoring the game winner. He's got the golden fleece. So stay tuned for that. Should be fun. So 30 more seconds until a player will be removed from each side. Who is going to crack the code to score a goal first in this one?
You can see Solo FC really trying to put pressure, see if they can't win the ball back. They've got Cagle and Zoe Miles up top for them. Cagle number 10 in white, Zoe Miles number 8.
Plummer right near midfield. Just trying to get that defense to spin and see if they can find a little window. High arching service lands into the hands of Reason, and so now the 3-minute mark, a player from each side will come off and substitutes will come on. I mean, this has to be taxing on their legs. There's so much more ground to cover when you take a couple players off the pitch.
And there's not really a rest, because if you are a forward, you are dropping back to defend. If you're a defender, you're getting into the attack to try and score. So that's why the substitutions are free-flowing, because it is hockey. It is shifts, 1 minute, 2 minutes, on and off as quick as you can. And then you're sprinting off of the field as well. And you can hear the coach for Ultrain.
Oh, that shot just outside the right post of Hope Solo.
And you could hear him screaming to play quicker, and a fantastic shot about a foot wide there, but Solo appeared to have it covered, and I believe that was Macy Teeter, number 9, with the effort.
Regulation size goal, that might have been good. That was a good looking attempt. Hope Solo was there covering that post. And once again, it's Ultrain FC with possession. This is Allison Vila. You can hear the coach, Corey Adamson.
And he's really trying to work that width, right? Having those players out on, the phrase we sometimes hear is heels to the chalk. Can they work the ball to the side? Try and find an opening in that very strong Solo FC defense thus far this evening. Trying to just keep it moving, trying to see if they can't lull the defense to sleep and create an opening. And now Solo FC in transition. Maggie Cagle on the ball, number 10. I may have slipped and called her Kelly earlier in this match. They both look similar and play similar. Maggie, a tremendous center midfielder for Steve Swanson's UVA team.
So Katie Shea Collins back on to the field for Solo FC, number 4 in white. She has been flying around trying to create some havoc. We'll see if she can make her mark on this one. Somebody is going to have the golden fleece and punch their team's ticket into the Final Four. Punched up. Right here, Katie.
And you see her explosiveness. Yeah. Katie Collins, number 4 up top for Solo FC.
She reminds me, and this is an old poll, but of Tiffany Milbreth.
Ooh.
Just boom. Just, she can turn on the jets quickly. Smaller player and just not scared of contact. So now, after another 3 minutes, we are down to 5v5. Woo, you're going to have a lot of ground to cover. I hope you've got some legs. Hope that conditioning has been something you've been working on, because you will be tested here in 5v5. Oh my goodness, Hope Solo hunts that away and right into the defender. That could have been dangerous. She laughs.
And you love the goalkeeper when they put up their glove and they're like, my bad, sorry, we're good.
Ooh. That would have been a way to end this. And not the one that Hope Solo would have wanted.
And now the communication from this back line is number 0, Allison Velez, is just moving across that back line. Number 18, Dunn, and number 5, Plummer, really trying to communicate with number 7, Lizzie Boma, as that target player just causes some fits moving back and forth across.
Great save by Hope Solo. That's one thing that you can be assured. He's so tough when you're trying to go from distance. You got to move her around. She's got some space here working for Ultrain FC. They have held possession. There's Katie Shea Collins. She's got it, and she's got room. Working on Henderson. Still in play. And that ball cleared all the way into the other field.
And that's the last thing you want to see is Katie Shea Collins streaking to your goal. And I'm going to give a kudos to number 18, Kayla Dunn, who is getting in the box. If Collins could find her, Kayla Dunn, the back, getting all the way forward, showing those young legs from the Brown University player.
Hope Solo with the high arching kick all the way to the other keeper, Reason. And that's one for Solo FC. They probably want back. They have just been sitting, having to defend with the patient Ultrain FC that's just looking somehow to crack something in there. They have been deliberate. They have been slow, patient, however you want to describe it. But on the other side, Solo FC has been much more quick to attack. A nice defensive job from Solo FC and Haley Bowman. The University of Wisconsin doing a nice job to get possession back. Now we'll see how Solo FC approaches this.
Well, they've got Veronica Perez, number 17 on one side, and Shea Collins on the other side.
So we are down You can hear they're trying to figure out how many to bring on. And so now this gets into the part of target score time of 4v4. No keeper for Ultrain FC.
So in
Pull
reality,
their keeper out and will be 4-on-3 essentially. Solo FC has been very impatient when they've had possessions. They have just booted it away.
like to see a little more composure, but remember, they've got Veronica Perez, number 17. She played in this event last year. She plays in Mexico 7-a-side. She knows this game well. She is flanked by Kanya Plummer on one side, and then Lizzie Boma on the other side with Solo in goal. Now, Ultrain is floating Macy Teeter in the box, and Solo, fantastic job, and they're going to call a PK on that. I love that she came out to read it, but just got Teeter in the back, and it was a good effort by Hope to try and get in front of her, but she's going to take down number 9, Macy Teeter, and this is going to set up a penalty kick. Remember, this is a smaller framed goal. We saw Paloma Lazaro miss a penalty kick in the Drunken Monkeys quarterfinal earlier this evening.
You can see the frustration for Hope Solo. She's gathering herself, getting water. As she came off her line to try to make that play on the ball. Instead now she's going to be facing off here with the PK.
And that's
Hope Solo, my goodness! How good are you?
And that's
incredible save.
And that's Macy Teeter trying to get the goal, but Hope Solo says, no, 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 not in my house. What a fantastic save by the Hall of Fame keeper.
That was incredible. It was a beautiful attempt from Teeter right there at the post, and Hope Solo got there first, but they still have work to do. As again, Ultrain FC with possession, just sitting on it. And I think Hope Solo came off her line because just a little impatient. We'll see if they can work something down here.
And I don't mind what's happening right now, because Solo FC is just sort of sitting back there, letting their numbers continue to, they're hoping to go down, and then they're going to bring those young players on and see if they can't make something happen in transition. You also have to remember, Solo FC only had 3 practices before the tournament started, so not quite as well trained in target score time as Ultrain.
This is just such a different style, where as soon as Solo FC gets the ball, everybody running at the ball, high pressure, attacking on defense, where Solo FC is just sitting back on their heels, no pressure. Like, the different strategies has been interesting. And now we're down to 3v3 here, with a chance at the final 4 on the line. A $1 million prize to the winning team in this tournament. And it is go time. But you just wonder if strategies will change whatsoever, because if you're talking about football time of possession, boy, it has been all the way tilted to the side of Ultrain FC.
So it's Anderson versus Collins with the ball. You're getting a run-in from Velaz, but on the sideline.
Oh, and that's the winner! Henderson, the deflection, and into the back of the net, and Ultrain FC's patience pays off. They are heading to the final 4 of the TST.
And the Ultrain team is absolutely elated. They were able to get the deflection goal. Ashley Hammond has struggled to get on the board. Sorry, Ashley Henderson struggled to get on the board last night. That is her third goal of this tournament, and she gets the golden fleece for Ultrain, and you can see just absolute tears of joy as she advances Ultrain into the semifinals. And it was 1v1, a nice little fake there, but she's going to get help from the deflection, and there was absolutely nothing that Hope Solo could do to make that save given the deflection.
Well, a contrast in styles in Ultrain FC. I think just patience won out, and boy, what a play. Ashley Henderson, the 5'6" sophomore forward from the Memphis Tigers, getting the golden fleece by Adidas, and they are moving on. Ultrain FC will face off against Bumpy Pitch FC in the semifinals tomorrow, or the U.S. women with a convincing win earlier today, 5-2 over Streetball FC Canada. They will take on Reunion City Dallas. What a night of soccer. Incredible. As Hope Solo, consoled by her husband, Jeremy Stevens.
And
I will say, though, that PK save, incredible.
And you absolutely hate it for her. She had a wonderful tournament so far. Her team was trying to sub Veronica Perez in goal. They weren't able to get it in time. And Ultrain capitalizes on the inexperience of that Hope Solo team in target score time.
That will do it from here. Stay tuned for Nani FC. For Sari Rose and our entire crew, I'm Elise Woodward saying so long, Ultrain FC. Moving on.